Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. You can show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. Okay, welcome in, collective. I'm going to go ahead and get messages for the Gemini collective. Just take the messages that resonate, leave those that do not. You could have Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or anywhere else in the chart that you feel is significant. You could also be a cross watcher. And let's see here. I think we'll use the light seers here. Thank you, Spirit, for using me as a channel to bring through these messages for the Gemini collective. What is it that you would like to share with us today? Gemini. Gemini. Temperance. It's the Earth Angel. Yeah, nice card. Nice first card. Yeah, you might be alchemizing something at this time. Blending the earth with the divine, these energies coming together. You have some nice wings there. What's blocking this at this time? A Five of Pentacles. You may be feeling abandoned at this time, Gemini. In some state of lack, feeling left out in the cold. You could be having health problems. In the conscious space, we have a Seven of Cups. You might be in a situation where you're facing some options. Somebody else could have a lot of options too. Yeah. In the unconscious space, we have a King of Cups. So a water sign masculine. You might not be seeing this. You might not be seeing this individual, this King of Cups energy. In the recent past, a Four of Wands, some type of celebration, some kind of stable living situation, a secure home, and in the future, the Six of Swords. There's a sense you might be moving to calmer waters. You're seeing yourself here as working hard, Eight of Pentacles, building in the material. Okay. In the environment, there might be an Ace of Cups for you. New love, an offer of love, a new beginning in love, a reunion. This is how others are perceiving you. Hopes and fears. We've got a King of Swords, air sign masculine. Okay, we'll have to see who that is. And the Fool. Yeah, a new beginning here for Gemini. Yeah, about to take a leap of faith into the unknown. There's a sense of happiness, possibility, you know. Yeah, nice energy here. Looks a little difficult here in the moment. Just with how you're feeling maybe right now, right in this moment. She's got her head is hanging down. It definitely looks like there's some sadness, some loss. But you are the Temperance Angel, Gemini. And you might have a lot of options right now. Let's go ahead and clarify this Temperance Angel. We have a Two of Pentacles, a Wheel of Fortune, and a Queen of Swords. You could be this Queen of Swords, Gemini. Yeah, there's a sense that you have been maybe trying to juggle something in your life. And it looks like the wheel of karma is turning, and it's turning in such a way that you're going to use that sword to cut off something that's not helping, something that's not serving you. It could be the thing that's making you feel this way. Okay, you could be making some decisions in your life at this time. You do seem to have a lot of options. What's the Five of Pentacles about? Why this feeling of being left out in the cold? Why this feeling here? There's Judgment. There's a Nine of Wands and a Ten of Wands. Well, the good news is here, is you couldn't possibly carry any more wands. You're going to lay this burden down. There's been a judgment of some kind. You're feeling like the wounded warrior, and now this burden has reached its maximum, it's reached a completion. So this feeling that you have inside of you of being quite burdened and perhaps feeling judged in some way, or maybe misjudged, especially if you're the Temperance angel at your core. This could be blocking this forward movement for you. Okay, something internal where you may be harboring some kind of feelings of guilt or shame. It's leaving you feeling burdened. It could also just be other things, anger, feelings that we would call shadow, things that need to be transmuted, which I think is beautiful because you are sitting here in the Temperance energy, and the Temperance angel is somebody who alchemizes or transmutes energy. Okay, so whatever you're feeling now is creating resistance, but it's not going to ultimately be able to change who you are at your core, which is somebody pretty powerful here with the Queen of Swords and the Earth Angel. What is the Seven of Cups? What are all these choices? Are these choices for Gemini? Are these choices for Gemini? We have a Hierophant. We have a Two of Cups. And we have the World. Those are powerful energies there. Yeah, you may be seeking or receiving guidance at this time. Related to a Two of Cups situation that may be closing out. If you're dating, okay, if you have lots of choices, options, it could be that you're seeking guidance so that you can make sure that you make a good decision here. Okay, so that this can be a victory. This is about a cycle closing, but the person who's closing the cycle has been victorious. They've had an achievement. There's a sense of accomplishment here. So it could be, sometimes we say that with the Seven of Cups, there are several options, but not every option is a good one. And so there's a sense here that you are perhaps following the rules right now. You may be, like I said, seeking guidance, mentorship from maybe somebody in the community, somebody at the church, somebody who follows tradition. And what's not being seen as a King of Cups here. There's somebody loving, maybe a masculine energy down here in your unconscious space. This could be an aspect of yourself, a very loving masculine energy. This is somebody who is emotionally intelligent. They've mastered their emotions. They've figured out how to, hold, to just be a good role model for younger people with regard to their emotions. They're very loving, they're compassionate, they're nurturing. Who is this person here? A Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Three of Wands. You know, I'm getting here, this could be a part of yourself. This could be an aspect of yourself. I see the Hermit looking here, and the first thing that the Hermit sees is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and then beyond the Knight of Pentacles, we see the King of Cups. And so it's almost like you might be in a time of doing some deep inner work. And it's purposeful, because here with the Three of Wands, there's a sense of wanting to expand. You're wanting to see if your ships are going to come in. You are knowing that your ships are coming in. As a matter of fact, threes are about collaboration, it's about community, and yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who's, making an offering to build something in the material. So this could be you taking action to create some abundance for yourself, kind of the early steps. And that, it's not full mastery, but it's definitely momentum and movement. Slow building with the Knight of Pentacles. And I see that the Knight of Pentacles is wearing a lot of armor in this image. So it's like this might be a protective element for you. You feel protected in this energy. In contrast, the King of Cups, his skin is showing. His eyes are closed. And there's a sense of being a little bit more vulnerable here in this energy. And so I think what may be happening on an unconscious level is that you may be processing some of these aspects of self at this time as you look to expand. And by expand, we mean moving toward a Two of Cups, making a choice and moving toward a Two of Cups to have some type of an achievement. What's the Four of Wands in the past? Is this something that closed out? Or is this something that's open? What's happening here with the Four of Wands in the past? We do see in the future you're moving away from it. So, and this could be in the external environment. This could be somebody that you know. It doesn't have to be you, Gemini. We have an Eight of Swords, a Ten of Swords, and an Ace of Wands. It looks to me a little bit like there was some kind of conflict here to do with a home, maybe in the home, maybe to do with two people, a partnership. And it might have had something to do with a passionate new start with the Ace of Wands. Somebody might have moved towards some new passion as a result of whatever's happening here. So this could be like pursuing projects, pursuing a new partner, pursuing, something to get away from this energy where there's a lot of conflict, because that's very uncomfortable. The 8 going all the way to the 10. It could also suggest that, this ending happened in the past here, and as a result of that, because we've completed all of that energy, now it opens up room and energy for this passionate new start for you, Gemini. What's this sailing away, sailing into calmer waters? You see that you're out on the open water here. Before you were just on the earth here, on the land, dancing and celebrating, but now you're out on the ocean. Big expanse of water. Sometimes that's our unconscious mind, or the watery depths of our mind. Sometimes the ocean can symbolize that. And that's kind of in alignment with this idea here that we're in a hermit mode, exploring the interior of ourselves. Well, this is interesting. So what I'm seeing here you are sailing away, and we have the Chariot too, which is about momentum. So I could read this two different ways. You could be moving away from a King of Pentacles toward a Queen of Cups. These could be aspects of yourself, okay? Maybe moving out of your masculine energy and focusing more on your inner feminine water energy. Or you could be moving toward this King of Pentacles. It's building momentum, and there could be a cup of love here with the Queen, with this feminine energy. There's definitely movement and momentum and a king and a queen here. Eight of Pentacles, let's see here, building. You see yourself as working hard at this time. You might be working hard in the material. That's what this card would indicate here. Working hard in the material. Maybe to build up your finances. We have a Two of Wands, we have a Queen of Wands, and a Four of Wands. So now we have a new Four of Wands here. It looks like you have made a decision with the Two of Wands. You've made a decision, and you're beginning to plan. We see a fire sign feminine here. This could be an aspect of you, the fire, if you have fire in your sign. You could also just see yourself as being very creative at this time, very ambitious. And you might be very driven toward a Four of Wands here. I'm not sure if this is a reunion or a new Four of Wands. I'm looking for a reunion type of a card. Got Wands here. We do have a Two of Cups here. That's a union or a reunion. What I'm seeing really and truly, it could go either way actually with this, because here in the conscious space you have a Two of Cups. So it could be, this could represent a new connection. But then back here, even though there's been a lot of hurt and pain, there's a passionate new start. It is in the past position, but you know, time, it suggests that there's a possibility for it because it's with the Four of Wands. Not totally sure about that, but I think this one definitely could be a union or a reunion. Just trying to determine if this is the same Four of Wands or a different one. You could be moving toward a Queen of Wands. You actually could have chosen a Queen of Wands. And that's just an energy, and it doesn't have to be, you know, male or female, masculine, feminine. Take that as it resonates, but somebody could embody more feminine energy but still be a male, right? if you're a female listening to this. Most of my listeners are females, so that's why I say that, like 80% or more. Okay, so that's what you're focused on right now, Gemini. Some kind of a choice, and perhaps a new family dynamic or a reunion with somebody from the past. And now we have this new love here. That's what's being seen in the environment. Okay, so new love. A cup of love. It's going to lead to some type of an abundant situation. You might be holding back from it, but there's still a sense of celebration. So, if there was a Four of Wands that collapsed in the end, or fell apart, or was very painful back here, there's a sense now that could be affecting your willingness or readiness to accept a cup from the divine. That maybe how this is all being perceived, because here the divine is offering the cup, a new start in love. It has the potential to be very fulfilling and satisfying, but you might be holding back. Nonetheless, there are people in the environment celebrating. And this energy here is affecting you. So there might be some pressure to move on or to accept a cup of love at this time. There might be a desire for this Ten of Pentacles, this fulfillment. Everything that's happened or everything that's happening might have you feeling this way. And, witnessing people celebrating for any reason at all, if you're in the Hermit energy, can sometimes make, especially somebody, if you're not, sometimes people are forced into Hermit because they've been through something very difficult. It's kind of a rite of passage in some weird ways, If you know, you know, right? But when you're not used to being in Hermit energy, this Three of Cups can feel, it's like you can actually feel jealous that there are people that are happy because you yourself are in some type of a, I don't want to say dark night of the soul, because I don't think I'm seeing that here, but you're in a period of solitude, maybe more so than before, or maybe to a large degree, while you're going through whatever this process is. And the reason I'm saying that you're going through a big process right now of healing is because the Hermit showed up in the unconscious space. There's a sense of trying to turn the light on down there a little bit. King of Swords. Hopes and fears. Now this looks like a very handsome masculine here, doesn't it? He looks mature. He looks like an artiste with his hair in a ponytail. Uh-oh, way too many cards here. Yeah, he also is like, has air energy. So this is somebody that you might have a familiarity to, somebody who maybe thinks like you do, somebody who may be very quick-witted, sharp, good with their words, a thinker, intelligent. This could be a hope. We have a Six of Swords, Death, and a Page of Cups. What's this energy about? You know something? This King of Swords is going through something similar in the sense that they're in the boat. They're in the Six of Swords. Where did that card go? Where's the Six of Swords? Let's find it here. Oh, here it is. It's this big card. Yeah. There's the Six of Swords, here in the future for you, and also here for this King of Swords. I'm wondering if this isn't you, your masculine aspect of yourself. We have a Death card. There's releasing. You know what I'm getting, Gemini? A little bit. I'm getting that this could be like an ego death a little bit. You know, sometimes, actually it's very, very common for our inner masculine and feminine energies to be out of balance a little bit. So if you are the Queen of Swords here, like we said, because that was the first card that clarified the Temperance Angel. If this is the masculine aspect of yourself, there's a sense that you are creating distance between maybe your higher self, embodied by the Temperance Angel, and this masculine energy. You're creating distance so that you can release something that might have been contributing to whatever this was back here, all this conflict in this Four of Wands energy. And this might represent the new beginning, because after the release comes a rebirth, and then we see a Page of Cups. This is a young person offering a cup of love, perhaps to yourself, perhaps discovering some self-love. You know, this could be like maybe forgiving yourself. Because when we're unconscious, you know, before we really wake up and realize what's driving us, a lot of times it's unconscious programming from our childhood to do with our parents. Until we wake up, we act out of a place that is unconscious. And then we go through some type of a very major struggle. We oftentimes lose something, something dies, we lose somebody, we lose a job, we have to move suddenly, something big happens, and then that shakes everything up to the extent that it forces some type of an awakening. We see that that's underway now with the Hermit. You're looking, the Hermit's looking, some part of yourself is looking for answers. You could also meet somebody who is a counterpart of some kind. Sometimes we meet people who are really good mirrors. For whatever reason, we meet people and they just provide the right mirror that we need to achieve a lot of healing on our journey. So I am seeing a little bit of mirroring energy here, because there's two Six of Swords. And so all of this could be also brought on by somebody else acting as a mirror. It could be a therapist, it could be a friend that you meet out somewhere, it could be a family member that you are connecting with in a new way or for the first time, something like this. But I think there is a hope that there can be love restored or new love given, whether to another or to yourself. And the Fool, I love that the Fool is here. This is really a new start. This is the leap of faith. This is trusting that where you're going to land is exactly where you need to land. And now we have a Justice card. This is about truth. This is about balancing the scales. Oh, wow, the Strength card just came out. And the Knight of Wands. Yeah. There's a real sense of ambition here. It's like there's a knowing. It's like you're ready to get the scales balanced out. You're being very strong, and you're taking decisive action. You're taking fast action. You're being very courageous here and brave. There's both the strength and the courage next to the justice or the truth as you take this leap forward into the unknown. I do see that whatever cycle you are now embarking on is going to be very healing, because here you are sitting in the Temperance Angel. This is like a card about peace, harmony, and healing. You're getting out of your own way. Okay, this Five of Pentacles that's had you blocked. Your higher self, who's this Queen of Swords, is going to cut off the BS. Okay, you're going to stop causing your own suffering here. You're cutting it off. You're learning your lessons. You're understanding why there was maybe a lot of conflict. You may be taking more accountability now than before. And there's a sense that you are really gaining some momentum. You're making ground, you're making headway. But not only that, you're future oriented. Okay, you're thinking about the Two of Cups. You're being very logical. The Hierophant's very logical about how you're going to get it, how you're going to get there. You've got your eyes on the prize. You're thinking about a stable arrangement. Others are believing in you very much. There's somebody here who could be a potential love interest who's mirroring you. There's a sense of that whatever you're releasing, whatever has ended in the past, is going to open up some space for new love, maybe a small love offering. It is a small love offering, but it's a start, but it's going to lead to you taking a huge step, which is the Fool card here, and that this is going to bring a lot of balance. Rebuild your confidence too. That's what I see. Oracle cards, let's see here. A couple Oracle cards for Gemini, please, Spirit. Grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling it brings. Pause. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. Let's put it up here by the Hierophant, okay? It's always good to seek guidance. Okay, before taking impulsive action. Last but not least, comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things, such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things, such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. Thinking loving thoughts, and we talked about that over here. And bringing more peace. This was embodying this Temperance Angel. We'll put it right here. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty, Spirit. Those are the messages for the Gemini Collective. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.